Traffic heading in and out of downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. The setting for our broadcast tonight. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Leonard.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the point. And for the Timberwolves, Culver out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then it's James Johnson. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Okogie in at the 3. Now when it comes to load management strategy, Doris, should coaches do it along the way as opposed to waiting until the last, say, quarter, third of the season?
Well, Kev, I think you can look to the San Antonio Spurs, who I think were the first to really look hard at what we would now describe as load management. And I think the one thing is you're trying to just make sure guys are prepared for the most important point of the season. You've got to win enough to get in the playoffs and be positioned well, but your guys have also have to be healthy at the end of the year.
Always feels good getting that first one in the bank.
And will that get him rolling? Will it get his team rolling? This should be an interesting night.
Leonard with the steal. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Outside, Towns. About a minute played so far here in the first. Good on the shot.
That size makes it really difficult to contend with Karl Anthony Towns, and that soft touch doesn't hurt either, gentlemen.
And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Beverly.
How pretty was that turnaround? That is one of the slick moves in the business.
Russell, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and in winning that last game, they attacked the basket aggressively, drew a lot of fouls in that game.
2 things are a product of that. 1, you shoot a ton of freebies. 2, the other team goes deep into its rotation. Neither one of those 2 things is going to work.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And you know this, Greg. He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Good on the 3-point shot.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
Outside, George. He lobs it up. And the dunk by Zubac.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Beverly against Russell. Over Beverly, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Hawks. Knocks it loose, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell.
And checking out some stats for D'Angelo Russell. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. 15th in scoring, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. Pass to Culver. He gets that one.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
And David Aldridge, we had a chance to speak with Ryan Saunders. What'd he say?
Well, Kevin, look, he thinks their long-range shooting can make all the difference, not taking anything away from the defense they're going up against. But he did say he'd be surprised if his guys didn't shoot a high percentage from outside. Pretty confident coach, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Always want to get those threes falling consistently. Now, here is Morris. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Knocks down the 3 ball.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
And what happens is the court just opens up. You like seeing him get into a rhythm from outside the arc. Love it.
Now, here is Russell. 17 points in his last outing.
Yeah, complete focus right now. Such an impressive start to this game. 100% from the field.
Morris passes to George. Culver with the steal. Johnson outside. There's the lob to Towns. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, oops, the alley. A gorgeous delivery to Towns.
Pass to Zubats. Now, here is Morris. Back to George. A three from Leonard. Bangs home the trifecta. Leonard's got 5 now.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
To the middle. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. There is no doubt that Karl Anthony Towns is the star of his team right now and in the future.
I think, Kevin, for all the drama and all the turnover we have seen, the one constant has been Karl Anthony Towns' productivity. The question now for the team is, how do they build a title contender around him?
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Poked loose. Now, here's Zubats. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Miami.
And don't discount the defensive presence, guys. He racked up 3 blocks for the game.
For 3, Okogie drains it from beyond the arc.
And offensively right now, each team getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Well, with this break in the action, let's see which players have had the hot hand lately. Here are the top scorers in the past month. The 4th spot held by Kawhi Leonard.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
Towns, the pass to Okogie. Kicks it to Culver. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Back to Towns, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubats.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Here's George. He's got 5. Passes it to Zubats, and Leonard has it in the corner. Here's Beverly. Shot clock at 6. The pass to Towns. Count it. Towns has got 9 points.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
Clippers trail by 6. Leonard with the ball. 14 points from him the last game against Miami.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
Here's Okogie. Knocked away. Over in the corner. Over George. And again, it's Minnesota.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Zubats kicks to George. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Consistent shooter from outside the arc. Paul George is terrific at finding space when he needs to get a shot off.
Outside, Towns. Shot clock at 5. Fooled the D with the pass fake right there. And it's 6 points for Jarrett Culver.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Well, I'll tell you, I love that he's not afraid to take on the size mismatch there, Greg. It doesn't matter. Just make shots.
Omari Spellman has come in for Minnesota. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubats. And Leonard has it in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists in the game. Minnesota in the lead. Pass to Culver. And here's Russell, the tray, and again, Minnesota with the triple.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
Pass to Leonard. 13 feet away. Again, the Clippers.
Well, they're not behind because of this guy. He is putting on a tremendous run.
Outside, Towns. And another three for Minnesota.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Passes it to Leonard. Beverly with the ball. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
Russell finds Towns. Here's Spellman, covered by Morris. Spellman with the bucket. Here's Beverly. He's got 5. The pass to George. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Back to Russell. And another three for Minnesota.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
Clippers trail by 6.
You think about the Timberwolves, the one thing that seems elusive for this organization has been consistency. They have had the talent. They've had good coaching. The problem is they haven't yet put those two areas together.
Here's Towns. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Okogie for 3. It's hauled in by Beverly. He dishes it to George. It's blocked, and it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. And here are the Clippers now, trailing by 4. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, that's about timing and precision and knowing for Paul George how to use that leaping ability to get that alley-oop.
And the Wolves, Doris, one of only 11 franchises to have never won a championship. In fact, they've made the Western Conference Finals only once.
I think one of their challenges, at least in this latest run, has been they're competing with a very young core. And certainly you have added veterans to the group. The problem is the core guys have to understand how to step up when it's winning time. What we understand is playoff performance is most important.
Lou Williams has checked in for Los Angeles. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Culver's got 9.
Well, the more repetition he gets, the more floor awareness you develop. D'Angelo Russell showing a desire to get his teammates involved.
Here's Spellman. Williams with the block. And he recovers it. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Pass to Beverly. There's 21 seconds left here in the opening quarter. 6 to shoot. Here's Leonard. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
When Kawhi Leonard is healthy, he can dominate both ends of the floor. Nice job to finish it there.
Here's Towns. Banked in off the glass. He's got 14.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. The Timberwolves on top, up 5. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to maximize his potential.
I want to be the best player who ever played, and I feel that I could do that. I think I have the God-given talent and the God-given abilities to make it happen, and I have total confidence in myself every single day. I wake up that I could be the greatest player who ever played. I know if I continue to put the work ethic in and continue to do all the little things I need to do, I could find myself in that conversation. But, you know, obviously I got to learn every single day and never take no days for granted.
On his coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take so far on the Timberwolves?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball. And defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Williams and Shamet are the guard set. Kawhi Leonard is out there with JaMychal Green, and Harrell's in at the 5 spot. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up.